On our 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona, the question was, does the car get restored completely back to the way it was the day it left the assembly line because of its condition now?
The second assembly line.
Or, see, that's why you don't try to bogart the mic. Or does it get a little fluff, a little buff, some touch up, fix some things that are worn out, fix some things that are incorrect on the car, and maybe live with it as a survivor?
Right.
Now, this is a 1969 Charger Daytona 440 automatic. What two engine options did they have in the Daytona?
Well, it was only one option. The standard engine was the 440 Magnum, 375 horse, and the only optional engine was the 426 Hemi.
Which they made 70 of.
70 Hemis, yeah.
Yeah. How many 4-speeds?
They made 22 4-speeds out of the 70.
Let's say that if we decide that car is a survivor car, and we're going to touch up the nose cone on it, and we'll go through all those details, but that we could leave the car pretty darned original as it is now with some corrections, but mostly original. Would you expect to see the right buyer pay even more than the restored model?
Yes, it'd have to be the right buyer. It's almost like an acquired taste, but those people appreciate the survivor, and we pay a premium for that.
There's the hook right there. You're going to spend a ton of money restoring the car, and it may not be worth as much if you just did some minor details and repairs, if it's a candidate for that, with the right owner. So Tony and I actually started out on opposite sides of the net in this particular case. I'm a restorer.
And I want to leave stuff all original. A survivor is a car, it doesn't just mean that it's survived the past 45 years and hasn't hit the junkyard. It means that it's a car that's in very good condition. It does not need a restoration. It's functional. It appears from 20 feet away or 10 feet away that the car is in excellent condition. It might have a little scratch or a little wear and tear, but it's been very well maintained, and it doesn't need a restoration, and it's very good appearing as it is.
What I do is I bring the cars back. So I take the cars like that, completely disassemble it. I document everything so that I can emulate the original way it was put together. But I take these cars out, strip them right down to the bare bones, as you've seen. They get dipped, stripped. Every panel that needs replaced gets replaced. Then the body and paint is done. After that, the engine, the transmission, the drivetrain, the K-member suspension,
interior,
cooling, everything on that car is completely restored back to what it should have looked like on the day it went down the assembly line. We're on total different sides of the net, and again, we flip-flopped a little bit.
Yeah, initially I was thinking this might be able to be fluffed and buffed and come back to be a pretty presentable survivor. And I know initially you went into it, yep, ring up the register, we got another restoration here, guys.
It's not all about cash, but...
And, well, you wanted to do your magic.
I want to do my magic, yeah.
And once we started looking at it more, while it is a very original car and it hasn't been modified, much to speak of, I just don't feel the quality level of what's there is good enough to be coined as a survivor. I don't feel the paint quality is good enough. The carpet's been changed. Not that that's the end of the world. The steering wheel's cracked. The driver's seat is worn out. But I still just don't think that its quality level is good enough to be left alone. I think you should do your restoration to it.
At the end of it all, I could probably spend $5,000, my own time, my own person, Mark Warman, do the things that I think I need to do, and I think I could find a wallet that wants to open for that car as a survivor. That's my opinion of it.
The nice thing is you could try it and see how it looks.
Right.
And then if it doesn't work out, just do the whole thing.
You already needed the seat,
taking a little bit
you
of a
already
gamble.
needed the carpet, you already needed the steering wheel.
Right. I think you could restore that car and keep a lot of the original components.
In the overall picture, in the overall scope of the Daytona, the truth of the matter is the owners of the car want it restored. Okay. I've actually had this conversation with the lady. The lady did it for her husband as a gift. They bought this car, and the husband bought the car in 1969 when he was still in high school.
That's so cool.
That's amazing. Here's the difference, I think. And I didn't give you this, right?
Okay, no.
But you know where I'm going.
He saw it brand new.
He's seen it brand new. He's owned the car and seen it like this for 40 years.
Right.
He's ready to see a different picture, a different snapshot.
So this one you're going to do. This car is getting done.
We're going to restore the car, have it back to him in 24 months, and going to be a really happy family.
I think that's the right thing.